Good evening. Welcome to the June 18th Clark County Fire District 6 Board of Commissioners meeting. I'd like to call this evening's meeting to order and ask that you join me in the pledge of allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
At this time, I'd ask for any additions to this evening's agenda.
None here.
We'll need to read, approve, post as necessary the minutes of our June 4th board meeting.
So moved. Second.
Moved and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Correspondence this evening. I didn't see anything included in the packet. Citizen communication. Citizens viewing this evening's meeting communicate directly with the board using the chat feature. That inbox will be monitored throughout this evening's meeting. Committee reports. Turn things over to Chief Russell for a personnel report.
Yeah, quickly, I wanted to take a moment and just recognize a special length of service for a group. 55th anniversary for Chief Maurer, Chief Newberry, and Captain Ryan Reese. So I wanted to take an opportunity to present Chief Maurer with her 25-year license. Just say, like, that's quite a class of really passionate and dedicated individuals to the district. Obviously, Chief Maurer coming from firefighter, all the way up to fire chief, Chief Newberry to assistant chief, and Captain Reese to the local 452 president, all of which are tremendously dedicated to Fire District 6. We appreciate all their service. We'll make a point to get a pin to both Captain Reese and Chief Newberry as soon as we can, and try to make that as special as we can. But we want to take an opportunity real quick before we got too far along past the first to present the pin. So thank you guys.
Congratulations. Congratulations. Yeah, thank you all for your dedication. It's years of service. Very nice. I didn't see any other committee reports this evening.
Is there a health and safety report? Don't report.
All righty. On to the consent agenda.
Second.
Moved and seconded. All those in favor? Chief's report.
So overtime for the month of May, it's 156,215.59.
You just want to the remainder of the items.
And budget performance report for end of May, fire expenditures should be at 41.6%. They're currently at 33.3%. And EMS expenditures should be at 41.6%, and they're at 33.7%. And there is no facility report tonight, other than I can report that the move to swap over 61 happened yesterday, still in progress today, but they ran their first night on the admin side last night. Seemed to go well. Anything else on that?
No, it'll be a challenging thing as they try to cram a kitchen for 6 folks into one small room and just making those adjustments. But I think just have the right mindset, and they're certainly be extending their patience for next. So,
Thank you. Moving on to old business.
So on impact fee discussion, I just wanted to update the board that EMS District 2 Council did meet. At that meeting, they decided to go with option A that was presented by the city of Vancouver that extends the current EMS contract for 1 year till the end of 2026, or till the end of 2025. Sorry, they'll stop January 1, 2026. So what that means is we'll see service pretty much the same as we've been seeing. That gives us about 18 months to start looking at different options within the fire service and what we need to do if we have to go off the bid.
Impact fees.
So Clark County agreed to have impact fees and let the fire services solicit for fire impact fees. We're in the process of writing our capital facilities plan. We have the skeleton of that plan built. We're waiting for some numbers from the county. We anticipate we'll get those shortly. Once we get those, we put them into formulas, and we figure out what our impact fees are and what they should be assessed at. So once that's done, we're hoping to present that to the board by the end of August, 1st of September. And then the three departments, Clark County Fire District 6, Clark Cowlitz, and District 3, will all go before the county council with similar plans to present for impact fees. We also have a meeting next week with a member from the county that's going to walk us through that process. Exactly. To be prepared.
Impact fees. Fire levy lid lift.
Just the process with the fire levy lid lift is ongoing. We're in our last month and a half push. So we've been doing a number of neighborhood associations. We've done Lida, Hazeldale, we have West Hazeldale coming up. We've done Hazeldale Business Association, and we're still reaching out to other groups to see if we can reach them. So it's going well. We're continuing our education campaign.
Thank you. New business, ambulance purchase.
So I'm gonna do a PowerPoint presentation for you. So, with all this stuff happening with EMS District 2, we realized that, we had those needs where we had critical patients that we needed to get off scene, or we had firefighters on scene that we couldn't get off scene. And this usually happened during, significant weather events or long-term level 0 occasions. We're not looking for, transporting everybody in District 6, but when we have a critical patient, we don't have an ambulance, we need to do the best care for that citizen and get them into the hospital. So we started looking at what we could do, and originally we were told that with the exclusivity of the contract that we could not do any transport. We called Department of Health and they informed us that we can in fact transport in life-threatening emergencies. We cannot bill for those transports, but we can get the people to the facility that they need to be. So we started our search for an ambulance. Again, we put Chief Hebert and Brad Osborne out on the lookout for an ambulance. They went down to Texas last week, and found the ambulance. So we're going to go over the potential purchase of that ambulance. It's a 2016 Ford F-350. It's 4-wheel drive and a diesel. Has 128,000 plus miles, original miles on it, and it's a Type 1 wheeled coach ambulance. The previous owner is the Federal Fire Department, and talking to the broker that's selling it, he said with military rigs, they put a lot more highway miles on them than start-stop 911 response miles on them, which are easier on the rigs. It's ready for transport. It comes with some basic BLS equipment. It comes with a gurney. So it's kind of a plug and play rig for us. It has new tires, new batteries. It's been serviced regularly. The purchase price for this unit is $49,000. The transport cost estimate is $2,500. So we would need the purchase price approved by the board if you so chose.
Go back and drive it.
He actually did a cost analysis, and it was more expensive with hotel and fuel to have Brad drive it back and have it shipped. And then we don't put the miles on it. But outfitting costs we're estimating to be about $10,000 for radios, limited medical gear, MDT battery chargers, and other essential equipment. Just from our recent purchases that we've made for equipment and radios, Lucas devices, the Lucas device is well over that 10,000. So we may need to bump that up, but there is money in equipment for that purchase. So we would like to recommend board approval for this rig. We'll arrange the transports to District 6. And then I just want to let you know that Brad has been invaluable to have at our department because we send him out to these things and he evaluates what's on the market and really gives us solid answers about what we have. We looked at this versus a Camus ambulance that we think will go up for surplus. The Camus ambulance is a little bit cheaper, but it needs some work to it. So by the time you do the work, it's pretty much an even cost for these two rigs. The one downside is it is white. It's not red, but Brad did a little mock-up of some graphics there so he could show you how he could make it look a little more
Yeah, but with the red paint.
fire district.
Got nice rooms.
Yeah. We are gonna powder coat those ones.
Any concern that it's just a 1 ton and that's not like a 450 or 550, or what Brad was okay with that?
Yeah, that's a great question. It's an F-350, so the box is a little bit smaller. There were some large boxes. If you all worked on the Amos, you remember the CPR seats, they had some of those, but in driving this, we really felt that it was a great rig to like get in some tight spaces and really serve the district well for the limited amount of use we're gonna use it for. This drove far above, better than the 450s and 550s. Brad said with the amount, what we're putting in it, he's very secure with the F-350.
He said he thought it might be easier for newer employees to just get in it and drive too, right?
Yeah, in fact, the owner of the company, they have quite a bit of different types of ambulances, and they say that these are the least damaged because of how small they are and easier to drive. You really felt as you drove it, it just didn't have that, the big sway that you feel on those big boxes, and it really drove really well. This is a very impressive rig to drive.
So if the board were to want to move forward with this rig, it would require a purchase price of $49,000, and I guess that's not tax.
There is no tax in Texas. We'd have to pay the Washington tax.
So you are at 49K plus that.
Yeah, so it'd be 49 plus the Washington tax. Sorry.
It's okay.
I'll make a motion that we purchase that ambulance for 49,000 plus tax.
Second. Seconded. Those in favor? Aye.
I'd like to make another motion. We need for an included ambulance device, which will mean we understand it's for the 10, right? Which is what they need to.
For the red name. Second.
Yeah, seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you.
So just to update the board too, this was part of our, part of what we wanted to purchase in the levy. It's just sometimes these good deals and nice pieces of apparatus come up sooner than we anticipate, so we're excited to get it in service.
Very nice. Yeah, definitely come in handy, and I think there's a definite fit here in the district for it. Question regarding the Bluetooth devices. How many of those do we have? How many do we need, or what? I mean, you got.
I'm not sure would go on there. They're on all of our first outs. They're not on reserves, which this would fit more into the reserve side, and that would be up to Chief Russell, but those are about 18 right now.
So,
But just what I've been signing for in radios and what you've been approving and stuff, it's been
Oh, for sure.
costs are significant right now. But I appreciate the motion.
Makes sense. Perfect. All right, timeline for delivery on that after it's purchased, is that a couple weeks away or?
Yeah, it could be a couple of weeks away. We just will call them on Thursday and make arrangements, and they've already gone through it, and it has like a warranty. It's a short warranty, but I think I'm pretty sure it's like a 50-day or 30-day type warranty. So Brad's gonna do some driving of it and stuff. So I would anticipate probably 2 weeks, only 2 weeks to get it.
Next up, we have surplus.
Yeah, so Brad has put together a list for surplus for the board. It's just some minor items that the district no longer needs. It's always helpful if the board chooses to or authorizes the fire chief to surplus at their discretion. You would need to declare that list surplus.
Any questions related to the surplus items listed?
I can make a motion that we declare these items surplus.
Second. Motion made and seconded to approve, listed below for the fire chief to surplus. All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
This evening, the board will be moving into executive session. That'll be in accordance with RCW 42.30.100 to evaluate the qualifications of an applicant for public employment or review the performance of a public employee. Our anticipated timeline for that is 30 minutes. And that will take us to 6:45.
I told him you'd probably be in about 6:10.
We'll reconvene at 6:45. Board board met in executive session and took no action. Roundtable, good of the order.
The district recently held an officer test. We had 9 of the 11 candidates that were successful, and so we have the list established, but all really have qualified candidates.
Great to hear. I just wanted to thank members of Local 452 and the administrative team. I saw a flight today for the 5th grade annual barbecue. So nice to see the district there and appreciate all the participation.
Nice work. Congratulations to all the retirees. That'll be awesome.
That's very good. With that, we'll need to authorize June issuance of payroll warrants. Clark County Treasurer, authorize June payroll direct deposit and treasurer's check. Authorize June deposit federal and FICA medical withholding treasurer's check. Authorize pre-authorization invoice transmittal. Authorize payment of current bills.
So moved. Second.
Moved and seconded. All those in favor? Aye. Meeting is adjourned.